Yeah.
Check,
And
check.
then check.
Check, check. Test. 1, 2, 1, 2.
It's not going nuts, oh, hey?
Yeah, like there's more curl, but it's not unmanageable. It's nice actually.
I do think you're gonna see like board weight, easy weight hits curl though, like with this shape.
I agree.
Like they break earlier, that's
Yeah.
for sure.
Like it's a banana, it's not a hook at all.
Yeah. Which is nice.
half.
Yeah, it's a banana. Like it's not a late snap at all. I said to Karsten,
Fresh, but still.
you're probably going to see like,
Players Tour logos where it's snap.
yeah. So you're probably going to see like the board weight, easy weight hits curl.
Oh yeah.
Like they're going to bend. Yeah.
It's gonna be late, I think. Hey, Leonard.
I agree.
Is that what you see?
Oh yeah. Let's get this path going, eh?
Yep. It's fun.
Sorry, broom. What was that, puppy? I was a hair snog as well.
I think the line's good, like the ice.
I think the light. Light.
Just slower in general.
$14.75 on that tank. $14 and a half?
15-3. 15-3.
Line's good.
Heavy. We're not bad, Curdy. We're not bad. We're not bad. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Good call, Curdy. Good read.
Sorry, guys. Just think they're heavy.
It's okay, Karsten. I had 13.8.
Test
About
1,
6
2.
feet more than the previous?
Test.
9.
Okay.
Let me try. Your line is perfect.
That's how he always throws that.
This looks like a rocket. Not.
I would think so.
That's a hammer.
Good game. Good game. Good game. Good game.
All right, take it, boys.
Hell yeah.
Take it. That's a hammer.
That is a hammer.
It's a big hammer. I think the clock coming this way is a 4.5. That way it'll be a 15. Like I said, I think it's just going to be you got to throw it just a stitch harder to get that same clock with the amount of curl.
Like I think the kick going this way is going to be pretty similar to what we always kind of coming this way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like let's ground ourselves in like one way. Like let's ground ourselves coming home and then just call that a little bit faster.
Yeah. Yeah, let's watch the break point. It's just breaking earlier. It's not really late finish, it's earlier finish.
What do you think the most sustainable hit weight is right now?
God, probably, I don't know. Slow, normal, it'll depend.
I think first then maybe throw a normal.
Yeah.
That was kind of my thought. Yeah.
Seems like it's gonna curl.
We're gonna need to figure that out of what that's gonna do.
Yeah. I think we start with normal and let him come to us.
How do you want to do this?
Just gonna throw center, let's wrap it, and then blow it up if need be.
Sounds good, boys. Play well.
Let's start the ice. It's like an event right now.
We're starting over.
Let's start over.
Yeah.
So let's just play this first net defensive, I think. Length's real nice. Let him come to us.
I said to Curdy and said to Karsten too. I think you need to throw it just a hair harder to get to the same time.
Yeah,
Like to get to a 15 seconds, you probably got to throw it like 2-3 feet harder than yesterday. Yeah. Hey, Curdy, let's put him in a good
Welcome
spot
to the
here.
2023 Nufloors Penticton Curling Classic. I'm Kelly Muscovy. I'm going to be broadcasting this game for you live from Penticton, British Columbia. Today we have two Alberta teams. We have Brendan Bottcher versus Karsten Sturmay. Karsten Sturmay out of Edmonton, ranked number 19 in the world. And we have Team Bottcher out of Calgary, ranked number 2 in the world. Just starting off here on lead rocks, and Karsten Sturmay, his draw to the button was better than
A little heavy.
Bottcher's, so he will have a hammer in the first end.
Top 4. Line's good. I think we need. Yep. Okay, weight's close. Top 8. Hard line. Hard line. Top 12. Line's perfect. Up. Hard, 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 hard. Hard. Keep going. Hard, hard, hard. Shot, Curdy.
Lots of late movement on the rocks. I believe the rocks were papered last night, so you'll see a lot more movement than if you were watching yesterday. Bottcher's going to come around both those rocks. He's throwing the out turn, draw to the button. Probably the speed right now is slightly over 14 to 14 and a half. Yesterday we were getting times 15 and a half to 15.7 draw to the button, so I think you'll see that it is a little bit slower today, but any paths that are polished up should slide pretty good. I'll try to get some times as the games go on, just to let you know how the rocks are sliding. I will say I'm flying solo right now too. My partner, who was supposed to be broadcasting with me, couldn't make it, so you'll have to put up with my voice for the next roughly 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Ben Hebert playing lead for Team Bottcher. Slid a little bit deeper than he would like there. It's going to allow Team Sturmay to throw the in-turn come around, and they'll try to keep this in front of the tee line.
Close. Do it a little harder. Line's good. Close. Top 4, top 8. Yep. Light. Yep. Light. Tight. Hard. Tight. Top 12. Hard. Stay on it. Curl it now. Curl. 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 Curl it now. Hard curl. Hard curl.
A little bit light on that draw. They were trying to come around the blue one in the top 12. Just came up a bit light. So I think Brendan will continue being aggressive here. He'll come around with the in-turn, and this one here he'll definitely want to try to keep in front of the tee line.
I thought you threw it harder as well.
Brendan and his team play out of the Glencoe Club in Calgary. Beautiful club in Calgary, just outside of downtown Calgary. Team Sturmay, they are out of Edmonton at the Kit Scotty Curling Club in Edmonton. Line looks great on this shot. I think it's exactly what they're looking for. Brett Gallant. Yeah, perfect. I don't think you could carry that down and set it in a better place than that. It's going to put Team Sturmay on the defensive a little bit. I think they're going to try and open up the middle here, throw the out turn.
I think this is going to curl a little.
Out turn red onto blue and try to move all 3 of those rocks and really open it up for them.
Hard. Yep. Hard, Curdy. Oh. Hard. Hard.
Not exactly what he wanted, but it's a lot better than before. I should mention also that we are playing the no-tip rule, so if a rock is touching the center line, you can't remove it from play until the 6th rock. So that is a rule which has created a lot more offense, and I think it's a great rule. I mentioned yesterday in the telecast I was doing that.
That's not very good.
I think I'm a really big proponent of that rule. I think the athletes, the curlers nowadays are so good. The rocks are so good. The ice is so good that it just adds more offense.
I mean, honestly, it's not that different now.
Really happy to see that rule in.
The Blues weren't helping us anyway.
A lot more exciting for the people watching at home and also for the players. It prevents a lot more low-scoring games. I think you'll see more high-scoring games because of it.
Curled up just a hair.
A lot more movement today. Yesterday they were taking probably about a foot less ice than this for the same shot.
All right, let's go make a double.
Brett Gallant throwing the in-turn guard. line is the key here, but they'd like to keep it as long as possible, create as much separation between the two guards. Executed perfectly. That's exactly where they want it, right in line with the other red one, which makes the double peel a lot tougher. Team Sturmay is going to play the run back and try to eliminate those two red rocks in front of the rings.
Hard! Hard, hard! Hard, Kyle! Hard! Hard!
Just over
Shooter!
slightly. So Team Bottcher will continue to try and replace that rock, and they'll try to put it on the exact same line, just touching the center line in turn.
Quarter rock.
I mentioned that we have some really other good games going on today. Sheet A is Kleider and Norbert. Sheet B is Halamaya and Hosley. Sheet C is Slashinsky and Park. And Sheet E is Jones and Robillard. And Sheet F is McEwen and Bryson. Rock's looking good. Brett Gland is trying to carve it over a bit. Needs to curl a bit more to get it right in line with the other red one. And that is exactly what they wanted. They wanted to just touch the center line, which they have. Just keep that right in line with the other red one, which makes that double peel a lot tougher.
Yep. Yeah.
So
It's about nose, Kyle, yeah.
Team Sturmay will try to, once again, try this double peel.
Yeah.
Anybody watching on YouTube, I will try to monitor the live chat, so if there's anything that comes up, any questions during the game, I will
Hard!
put it in there.
Hard, Curtis. Hard! All right. Whoa, up, shooter.
Over curled again, so again, Bottcher's team will try to replicate their last shot and throw up a longer center guard, touching the center line. For Team Sturmay, we have playing lead is Curtis Guller, playing second is Glenn Benance, playing third is Kyle Doring, and skipping is Karsten Sturmay. Looks good again. Looks like they may have to carve it a bit at the end here to get it over to the center line. Hebert going hard on it.
Chunk it now.
Again,
Think so, yeah.
exactly where they wanted it.
Think so.
Which Sturmay is going to change his strategy a bit. Instead of trying to double peel, he's going to play the out-turn freeze to the one on the button, it's looking like.
I think you're coming in the house either way now, though. Yep. This is the best because we do have an angle that way, but I like the in-turn chase. If you like the in-turn's fine. We got to tap it, though. Yeah, probably like back four, back eight, just kind of chunk it.
So they're going to play the in-turn, back four, back eight, try to move that red rock.
Let's make it. Let's make it.
Should know the line really good in this spot. There's been a lot of in-turns thrown down this line.
No, not more. Oh, no.
Kyle Doring in the half.
15. Yes. Okay, 14-5.
People that follow the game will know Kyle played many years.
Let's go! Little heavy! Whoa! Little heavy! Curl! Straight. Too much ice.
pretty close to the weight they wanted. Maybe a little bit heavy, but as they mentioned, maybe just a little bit too much ice. If he is back 8 weight, it probably would have been pretty close to at least making contact, moving that red behind the tee line.
Line was good. If you have back 4, back 8, I think you get to the perfect spot. Oh, for sure. We just missed the rock by this much. Like we took the
We were
back
just back line, and I curled that the whole way to just miss it. Like, it's probably both.
Like I know, like I know we do want to move it, but I guess
Bottcher's team is going to play that in turn. They're
I
going to try and, I think, come right on top of their own rock that's sitting just on the top of the button right now. So if they can put that right on top of the button, right on top of the red rock on the button, that'll put a lot of pressure on Karsten Sturmay. He'll have to make a decision if he wants to play the run-in. My guess would be that he'll probably leave that run-in until his last shot.
If we got through, that's great. If we actually just drew across the nose, it would be great.
I think the other thing too is you're just thinking so damn much right now, and I don't really.
In-turn draw. Notice the amount of rotation all these players are putting on the rocks, on the handle. Just with the amount of movement, if you throw anything less than probably 3 or 4 rotations, it's going to be uncontrollable. That'll take off on you. Perfect. That's executed perfectly by Brendan Bottcher. It's exactly where you want to put it.
Here. Like I mean,
So this will be decision time for Team Sturmay.
Here anywhere.
They do have hammer in this end, but I'm sure they want to make sure they give themselves a shot for one with this last shot.
He freezes here. Not if he's here. It's an auto steal for 2. He's there.
Got to get one in there, boys.
So I mean, like here's great. Exactly. That's our miss.
We cannot be light with this.
This side
Like,
curls a decent
back to it
height,
is
so
fine.
it helps him out.
Hey, bud. How deep do you want this?
Ideally, I think you want this like right on the pin, like not frozen to the back one. Because if you're frozen to the back one, he puts one on the pin and it's kind of an auto steal. Like, I mean, your miss is going to the back one, but in an ideal world, you get it on the tee line.
Guess no explanation required there. I think that Karsten explained exactly what he wants to do here. So I'd like to draw,
Same kind of
draw
speed as
right
draw
to
here,
the right to the button, biting the pin. But the miss would be being a bit heavy and coming down to the back one.
It's a little heavy, I think. Back 4!
This spot might not slide quite as good.
Back 4, back 8!
Just haven't played as much over here.
It's heavy. It's your stone, it's your stone, it's your stone. Heavy. Okay.
His weight
8?
wouldn't have been too far off. He might have been a few
You were
feet
to the
heavy.
back one.
Sorry, man, just a little heavy.
Yeah, 13-6.
Fuck.
This is an opportunity for the Bottcher team to
Oh,
close
boy.
this off and put a lot of pressure on Karsten Sturmay with his last one. They'll just try to block that hole there and force Karsten to go with the in-turn draw to the edge of 4 to limit the damage.
We still have the out-turn draw, too. Like, obviously, he might block it. I think line was money if I have the weight. Yeah.
I think the key for the Bottcher team will,
draw
again,
side T
plug that hole.
the insert.
If you can come right into where Brendan has his broom there, that would be ideal.
It's going to be a hair
But
slower out there.
you just do not want to be heavy and give an out
Throw
for
the
the
same
Sturmay
speed
team.
as
So
the last one.
I think they'll err on the side to plug the hole, and if the line is great, then they'll try to bring it in right to the top of the four and really put the pressure on Team Sturmay. Right where Mark Kennedy's got his broom right now would be an ideal spot, and if the line's great, maybe even bite the edge of the four. Ice currently outside the edge of 12, so that just tells you the amount of movement. About 6 inches outside the edge of 12. And Ben Hebert. This one really has to move. Really has to move. I think Brendan would like to have that rock back, and don't know if it was a bit too much ice or because his weight is great.
Right?
It's perfect.
So
Probably a bit
his
more
last
ice
one
than
dirty back eight.
and he
yeah,
needed.
maybe a shade less.
Put it on T-line, buddy.
Team Sturmay.
But if I need less weight, like I need a couple feet less weight.
Play that draw through the
Yeah.
hole.
I think if he gets the weight right, his broom was just fine.
So they're taking about a foot less ice. They're taking middle of 12
Hey guys.
versus Bottcher's team was taking about 6 inches outside the edge of 12. So
It's about 3 feet less, hey?
Yeah, you would have been
foot to
about here.
14
buddy.
inches less ice.
Sweet for tea.
I think he'll be really close on this. He just threw it, knows the line, knows the weight. Karsten Sturmay with the out-turn draw to the edge of the button.
6 less, I thought. Little heavy.
Line's good.
Back four. Back four.
Yes! 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 Hard!
And that rock just took off on. Well, that's unfortunate for Team Sturmay.
Fuck.
Sorry, buddy. Good throw.
It was pretty close.
Yeah, weight was good.
Oh, your weight was perfect.
So that'll be a steal of 4 for Team Bottcher in the first.
Once it went, it's gone.
Just got spooked with the first one.
Just mention that this game is sponsored by Nufloors out of Penticton and also Canadian Tire in Penticton. I'd like to thank those sponsors for all they do for curling. Without the sponsors, this event like this wouldn't be able to take
split
place.
corners, I think.
Also do a shout out to a couple other sponsors, Three Sisters Winery, which is located here in Penticton, and Hillside Winery, which is also just on the outskirts of Penticton here. 2 great wineries. I've had the pleasure of visiting both of them, and in fact, I believe my wife is a wine club member at Three Sisters Winery, so has a chance to visit that.
Oh, he
on a
didn't
number of
sweep it all that
occasions.
different either.
So
Like,
thanks to the great sponsors that we have.
we missed 8 shots. That's what that was.
Yeah, get a shot. Yeah. Go for 8.
Just with that opening steal of 4 by the Bottcher team, I think you'll see the change in strategy here pretty quick. That instead of throwing up the guard, this rock here, that Brendan Bottcher will ask for a draw to the top of the button, and it'll be a bit more of a defensive mode for Team Bottchers now, moving forward.
Well, we were bouncing off the back one.
Ben Hebert, born and raised in Regina, Saskatchewan, has made Calgary his home for a number of years now.
Just through, yeah. Just through. Yeah, Curdy. A little late, I think. Light.
Line's good.
Close, halfway.
Bit of room.
Team Sturmay will throw up some corner guards here. The play for Bottcher will probably be he'll just try and come right in front of that one in the top button that they just threw, and he'll probably try to throw a top 12, top 8 right in front.
Okay. Yeah, stack it up. Stack it up. Shot, Curdy.
So on that rock there, that one Ben just threw, I got a 14.9 on that. So T-line would be roughly 14.5 right now. So not quite as quick as yesterday, but still nice speed. It gives you a nice feel, 14.5. I think any curler would tell you that's a speed where you can get really good feel and you can carry a rock a long ways. So I think the curlers out there will be pretty happy with the speed.
That's weight! Top 12! It's really gotta sit. Really gotta sit. Listen.
Curl it if you can. It's a good shot, Kurt.
Shot, Curdy.
Attaboy.
Team Sturmay working on the double corner guard, and the counter for Team Bottcher will just be the longer center guard, and they'll try to guard these two red ones that are in the rings right now. I think that pattern you'll continue to see for a bit.
Good shot.
Brett Gallant in the hack. Many will remember Brett was a long-time second for Brad Gushu.
Yeah.
Sideways.
Curdy and I think it was both. We had too much broom and a little too much.
Born and raised, plays his junior career in Prince Edward Island.
Yeah, I agree with that. Get a 2. He's going to give us a 2. So.
Not exactly what they called, but
I don't need to wing it. Yeah,
I think so.
Brendan and Brett are going to have a talk about that shot.
Board.
Probably has to be board to get under there.
Just fine, yeah. Board.
Board.
Okay. Yeah.
So Team Sturmay just needs to move some rocks around.
Like that with board?
Outturn board weight and try to move
Looks
some
like
of those reds.
You need a little less, Karsten.
Hard.
Close. Real close.
Low.
Clean.
Hard. 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 Hard, Kurt. Hard. Ah. 12-3.
That rock really moved on him. I don't think he was expecting that much movement. I know he asked for a bit less ice.
Soft board, eh? Just quiet.
Just took off on him. So Brendan Bottcher is going to ask Brett Gallant to play hit and roll off the blue one. That's just biting the top 12. Just given the score, I don't think it'll hurt his feelings too much if Brett rolls right out. Oh, looks like they're going to change their mind. They're going to play the peel on the corner guard.
I got to play insert.
This is one of the situations where I think the front end and Mark out overruled.
Basically, it's a split. Basically,
Brendan and asked for the peel at the corner guard. I don't think either call is wrong. It's sort of a preference by the team.
There's a miss.
And that would be considered a miss, hit and roll over for the other corner.
Well, we can't leave those blues together though. Like I gotta get my shooter there, right?
Like that?
Yeah, I love it.
Probably gotta go out turn.
Yeah.
Like back 12.
So that was probably half, eh?
So they're going to try and move these blues because if they just leave them where they are,
Like the way it, guys.
Team Bottcher will just make that double. It's a pretty easy double for them. They're going to try and do a split of these two blues. Hard.
Going, keep going. Hard for a tick. You need a tick. Hard.
So not exactly what they called. They were trying to do a split on those two blue. They did touch it, but they didn't move it as much as they'd like.
Stuff's letting out here.
This is tough.
Team Bottcher's looking at playing the in-turn hit on the blue Sturmay rock that just stopped in the 8 foot.
Get his most out of it.
I guess Mark Kennedy would be his out-turn, not an in-turn, being that he's left-handed.
That was min-ice, honestly.
What's that?
If anything, that was honestly min-ice with good weight.
Yeah, we could have used more ice.
Like, because if it's just when it arcs, right?
Yeah. Probably was minimum ice. We just got spooked by both.
Team Sturmay's been caught a few times just on the movement of the ice today. They're not anticipating that it's going to curl as much. I know there was one shot that they missed on the broom side, but for the most part, they're missing by over-curling.
Well,
so I think
we could have gone earlier for line, but I'm not
sure they'll learn as the game goes on here.
Like the weight was good.
The weight was mighty.
The weight was good.
Want to just make the runner now?
Mark Kennedy with the out-turn hit weight. Again, he's not worried about sticking around here. Just a straight peel is good. They don't want too many red rocks in play that give something for Team Sturmay to freeze to, so they're happy with just hitting rolling out there.
Normal.
Team Sturmay third, Kyle Doring will be playing an out-turn run back blue onto the red and trying to make the double there. So it's just off the nose. We'll make the double for him. And he'll stick around with the blue. And he probably won't get his other rock into the ring, so it'll probably just be removing the two reds and stuffing the blue one right onto the red rock on the top floor.
Whoa! Curl! Curl! Hard curl!
Okay. Better.
Not the best result, but not the worst either. Did remove.
No, you weren't down.
8-7.
Yeah, I was firm.
Team Bottcher's looking at two shots right now. They're either the guard or the hit and roll. Looks like they've decided on the guard, so this will be an in-turn guard for Mark Kennedy. Try and bite the center line. Mark's in-turn guard coming down here. He's got a long ways to move. They're really going to try to carve that over. Want to get to the center line. Didn't quite get there, and that's going to leave an out for the Sturmay team. Going to allow Kyle Doring to throw his in-turn.
Probably board, eh?
And if he can make the hit and roll underneath those double guards, would give them an opportunity for at least two in this end, because it's going to take a couple rocks probably to move it, unless Brennan Bottcher can make the red onto the blue run back.
I think that's too much. Okay, let's make it count. Wait, it's just a little hard. Whoa, quiet board. Yep. What? Yes. Hard, Curdy. Hard. Hard, Curdy. Come on. Hard. Come on, Curdy.
It's looking great, this shot.
Whoa.
Exactly what they call. Great shot by Kyle Doring. Nice little hit and roll.
Easy rack.
Thanks.
11-6, and it didn't even kill it.
No.
Ideally, they would have liked to have been underneath the double guards. They rolled a little bit further than they had wanted to, but it's going to allow Brendan to play this. And even if he misses it, he can still see a good chunk of that blue one with his last one. So he'll try to make the angle run back here.
There is definitely shelves right on the 8-foot though. But they're there. Like Mark found it.
Just taking outside the middle of the rock for this, and you probably just want to hit just off the nose. He's playing it the other way. Great shot by Brendan Bottcher.
It'll
We can get
run
there
out here for
pretty
a little
easily,
bit, like
actually.
that's what happened with Mark's guard.
Edge.
So I think that's actually pretty good.
Sturmay played the out turn come around. Top 4, people call.
Yeah, but I'm saying Mark's hit a shelf,
I
so
think you need 6 feet more than last
Yeah.
end, Curdy.
because we will hit the shelf on this.
You hear teams Sturmay talking about a shelf, so they're talking about a line in the ice where it'll stay versus where it'll curl.
Guard, you are going to hit a shelf for part of it.
Yep. I think you're going to be 6 feet more than what you threw in your last draw last time.
The front end is telling them it's going to be a little bit heavier
Probably similar
here.
to my first one.
Close, yeah. Close to that. Yeah.
Very few rocks played out here, so I'll try to get a time on it.
3 stickles.
It's minimal.
I like the weight, guys.
Long ways to curl right now.
It's not bad, Curdy.
So that's a 13.5 hog to hog on that.
Okay. Try to get it in there, yeah.
So it was a bit heavier out there, 13.5.
Fuck.
Okay.
And I think that's the shelf that they're talking about. You get out a bit wider, it'll just run on you, and you get over a bit, and it'll take off.
You were right about a shelf.
Fuck me. That rock might be straight relative to the other one too. I don't know.
I don't know.
Fuck me.
Let's just give it away.
I did not throw that.
No, it's just
Limping pretty good.
It's hard to tell if that back rock, from my vantage point, if it's biting or not. But Brennan will try to play a little bit of a hit and roll under here, which will force Sturmay to make a decision on. If he rolls under, it's going to make it a really tough shot for Team Sturmay. Probably the wide in turn to the edge of the 4 draw might be his best opportunity to score.
That curled 2.5 feet. Maybe. I don't know. Probably a combo of the two.
Out turn, control, weight. Ben Hebert trying to carve it as much as he can. They didn't get the roll under, which will leave Karsten Sturmay with the open hit for his 1. Nose hit will do it, or any roll to the inside. You just cannot roll towards the outside, or there'll be a steal for Brendan Bottcher.
Do you want less or? Probably
3 feet left, yeah. Okay.
Actually, he's just playing the draw. He's not playing the hit. He's decided to ignore those rocks in the rings and just play the draw. Not a bad choice. He just threw it and knows the speed, knows the line here. Sweepers know the speed, so it could be really close.
Big game. 3 feet left. That, yep. Hard! Hard!
That rock is starting to move on them.
Hard!
14.90 I got on that. Very unfortunate. So that is a steal. I believe it's only 2. I don't believe that back one is on. So I don't know if they'll make a decision to measure that or not.
It looks in to me. Doesn't really matter. Yeah.
You're still taking a look at it.
May as well play 2 more and get a handle on this ice.
Okay, well then I'll put a stick to it.
I don't know.
It's over there. It doesn't really matter.
All right.
Oh, what a good shot.
They are going to put a stick on it.
Well, it's either the 8's a cutter or the 7's straight. It's one of the 2. I honestly thought I was only about 3 feet less.
That's what I saw too. Yes, I think so.
It's either the rock, it's either...
Well, it's either your first one straight or that one's a definite hit.
Yes.
That one just curled like hell.
I did not throw those then.
No, you threw
From a line perspective, I threw them the same and I only threw about 3 feet less.
Well, do you think 7 straight or 8 straight?
I think 8's curly.
That I don't know.
I really think 8's curly based on how Mark's went, based on how Brendan's hit reacted.
Yeah.
Let's let everybody listen to the conversation with Team Sturmay there. They're just trying to figure out, is it a rock or is it a spot?
What are we trying to get out of these next 2 ends?
I think
Like, what are we trying
Karsten
to do?
feels that he may have a rock that's a little bit heavier
Like,
and curls more than the other.
What are we trying to figure out here? Yes.
Out of position.
Out of position shots.
Out of position draws.
Obviously, you have 2 pigs.
Okay, it's one pig.
One pig. Okay, sorry, one pig.
It's one pig.
3. So it was a steal of 3 for Team
Oh no,
Bottcher.
but like we don't need to start reading and saying shit that isn't true. Like it's one pig. What are we trying to figure out? What are we trying to do?
I think anyway, I guess we should wait until they mark the score
For
up.
me, it's just figuring out how to position draw.
Based on the camera, it looked like it was out, but my vantage point here, I couldn't see the measure, so I wasn't able to tell if it was in or not.
Okay, let's do that.
Sorry.
Ben Hebert will, again, try to replicate what he did last end, try to go top of the button,
Yep.
and then they'll throw one short after, and Team Sturmay will counter
But, yeah, he
with the
didn't throw that
corner
either.
guard. Outturn corner guard for Curtis Guller from Team Sturmay.
Yep.
Line's good.
Well, it's pretty good.
Team Sturmay is
Bit of room.
up-and-coming team out of Alberta. They've
Line's
Karsten
good.
himself, I know, has played on World Curling Tour for quite a few
Finish
years
here.
now. So they're always seem
Finish
to be
here.
knocking at the door in
Shot, Curdy.
every event they go in.
Attaboy.
So
Good throw,
I'm
Kurt.
guessing
Attaboy.
this is a bit of the result so far in
Like,
this
do you
game.
think there's
will be a bit
8-foot
of a
lines?
disappointment to them, but it's early
What
in
do
the
we think
game,
for
and you
shape?
never know what can happen. It's
What do we
going to be
think
a
for shape?
tough battle back against Team Bottcher, though. Team that experiences them and hits as well as them, and with ice conditions like this, it's a pretty uphill battle for them.
I think you got 8-foot lines. Yeah, for sure. Well, Mark's guard did too. Like that one should have curled, right? Like it's probably about here-ish. Okay.
Ben Hebert draw to the top of the button.
Yeah.
It's always tough in a game when you're playing, get down early, especially when you're playing a really good team that you know you're not going to get many opportunities to score multi-points.
Line's good.
And these are only 8-end games now, so it does put you in a hole. So I think you have to make a decision as a team, which Team Sturmay is doing. You know, let's try to learn a bit more from the ice. Let's try to refine what we're doing, and maybe we can battle back. But if we don't, let's just try to improve throughout the game and keep that positive attitude. So I think that's what they're working at right now. There is some teams that would have decided just to shake hands and we're done. Let's go back to the hotel and rest up.
15-8,
But
Curdy.
they're going to stick it out here, I would think. try to get a deuce and
I thought you were
possibly a
pretty good
force or a steal and try to get back into this game. Just notice on the scoreboard the second end was put up. It was only a steal of 2.
All right. Miss. So I think that 7's pretty close to the rest. I don't think that 7's far.
One thing I noticed with the rocks here, the ice here, it's even after they're papered, the curl in the rocks is more, maybe I'll describe it like a banana. It's that
looks like a mile
slow
wide,
curl. It curls a lot, but it's slow curl. It's not.
Any last, Karsten?
You look at some of the Grand Slam events where it'll run, and it's that last 8-9 feet where you get that really hard snap. This is more of a gradual curl. It does curl a lot, but it's more of a gradual curl. So it is a bit different for the teams that are used to playing on Grand Slam ice.
Line's a little tight.
It has that late snap.
Line's good. Yep. Line's good. Yep.
Okay, go ahead. Line's good.
Hard. Hard, hard, hard. Line's perfect. Hard.
Go ahead, Curdy. Go ahead, buddy.
Hard, hard, hard. Very good sweep. 16-3.
As this game's going on, I'll just update everyone on the games that are taking place. On sheet 8, Nobert is leading Kleider 1-0. Team Kolomaya is leading Hulsey 4-0. Team Slechinski is leading Park 2-1. Robillard is up on Jones 3-0. And I believe McEwen is up 1-0 on Blazer. I just can't quite see the bottom of the scoreboard because they're standing right in front of it. Miss on the peel by Brett Glant, which is very rare for him.
Okay. So that you wrap the red.
Brett's had a couple of misses on big weight peels here, which is not typical for him.
It's either here or here.
Okay, I think the pass is going to be about the same, guys. That's too much. I'm going to need last, Karsten. It's too much. Okay, so I threw you like a tight guard. Try to throw you T-line. Line's a little tight. Line's tight.
Line's tight.
Line's tight.
Gwen Venance with the intern.
Line's a little tight.
Okay, well then.
Close.
Back 8's fine.
Line's good. Coming out the other side, if anything.
Wow. Just a little heavy and right through the rings.
14.
Okay. See that much harder?
So do you think the 7 is straight and the 8 is a cutter?
I thought about like
I
that.
think the 7 is a little.
So this will give the Bottcher team the opportunity to run that blue
I
back.
think he's wrong. That's why I said
Remove the one in the rings,
Oh,
the
man,
top 12.
why? That's not good.
Well, not two. Well, they wouldn't be 2 pigs. One would be on opposite sides of the spectrum. The 8's a pig and the 7's straight. I think it's both ways, honestly, relative to the rest.
Well, yeah, not technically called the third spot straight stone, but it seems like it.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
I do think
fooled
we're
all of you on thirds.
100%.
Like it's
Mark Kennedy with his intern,
yeah,
peel weight.
it's curling, but it's not.
Sorry,
that
his
curling.
out turn. Oh, great shot by Mark. Not only did he make the run back, he also rolled in front of the rock in the top of the button. Mark's made those type of shots for, I was going to say years, but I guess it seems like it's been decades. He's playing with Kevin Martin and continues to make them one after another.
Yeah, 15 seconds.
The way curling's changed over the last 25 years, I look at the Bottcher team, 2 of them originally from Alberta, and then one from Saskatchewan. Years ago, you never seen that. Now it's sort of you just pick the best players wherever you can get them from and play.
Big tap, big tap.
Yep. Yes, to keep the angle. Yes.
Chuck, huh?
Good shot.
How about
Good shot by Kyle Doring.
Chuck, huh?
Looks like Brendan's just going to try to pick that blue one that Kyle Doring just placed there, so they'll play the peel. So this will be peel weight for Mark Kennedy, intern peel. He'll just try and pick that blue one clean, but if he happens to clip the back red one, it won't be a disaster for him. A little tight. Oh, perfect.
Right around it.
Mark is sharp today. He's not missing anything.
Yeah, just go back more. Yeah.
Now the Dorrington, this is interesting here. I think this is a spot a couple ends ago that struggled with the line, couldn't get it to curl, then some would curl, so
Quite a bit of weight.
they are taking roughly the same ice they took 2 ends ago, so we'll see
T-line!
how this reacts.
Line's good. Line's good.
Top 8.
Weight looks
finish.
great.
Top 4. Top 4.
Kurt.
Go ahead. Just gotta get it buried. Gotta get it buried.
Whoa.
Back 4.
Whoa.
Shot, bud. Good bud.
Good shot by Kyle Doring. So that one they had broomed perfectly. The line was great. Probably, a
I
foot
honestly
deeper
think
than they
it's
would
both
like,
ways. I
but
think the 7 is a little straight and a little fast, and I think the 8's a pig.
given the score, I don't think
Like,
Brendan
that was
will
the- that was
draw
the
down to it.
exact
Yes, he's
same
going to play the
fucking
run back.
Yep.
As mine.
And
That
it
was
curled.
heavy.
Yep. And yours that was heavy.
I think that's 7.
Like the 1-in-1, you mean?
Yeah.
Ran
Play the
by
intern
it.
run back, and if they could hit it right on the nose and stick it there, that would be ideal shot, but clearing the front would be
And it was hard
key.
to tell in practice because it was still stiff and curling like hell. Because I like what
Had a little bit of snow here in Penticton overnight. First snowfall of the year, just light. Don't think it's going to stick around that long. It seems like it's melted already, but that extra humidity, we haven't heard anything from the players, but sometimes with the humidity you'll get a little bit of frost on the outsides of the sheet. I do notice just along the sides, I do notice a bit more frost than yesterday. Missed the run back, but still not terrible. He's opened up the back blue ones, so with his next shot, the worst case scenario, he'll hit the open one.
So probably about here.
I don't think the shape characteristics have changed much. Like, I think we still got a peak here, but we still got shelves there.
You hear the front end talking about shelves and peak.
Yeah.
So I think they're still a little bit fooled by the ice where to put the broom down. I think Kyle's last rock would have given them a pretty good indicator of where the broom should be for this one. And
What
it's
do you
actually
think my
not
speed
much
last
different
then
ice
would
than
have
it
been
took
if it wasn't a
for
cut?
Kyle.
I think it was good. I think you were T-line.
Okay.
Like,
So
and
just-
a hair faster going this way, right?
So just take a little bit off that.
Yep.
It was an interesting comment too that they're saying it's a little bit faster going this way.
I think that's heavy. Yeah, I agree.
Heavy.
Line's good.
T-line. Top 4.
This rock is running really
Got it.
straight.
Oh no, I got it.
Yeah, that's just really struggling to put the broom down in the right spot. That weight is
Sorry,
exactly
guys.
what they wanted to throw. It just didn't curl, and that was, it was fairly similar ice to what they took
I
for
think the
Kyle.
thing,
So
like,
Less ice. It was a little heavy. But
so I don't know how you threw your draws. I threw mine pretty well the same as I threw them the other day, like yesterday, and they didn't go ballistic. Like, I don't think we.
So Brendan Bottcher will play the out turn. He'll be throwing his up normal weight. Anything on the broom side will get rid of those 2 blue rocks, and I think ideally he would like to probably hit about 3/4 of it, stick around the rings, and then force Karsten Sturmay into 1. But even if he rolls out, worst case scenario would be a blank end on this end. And he will roll out, which will result in a blank end.
I think it is, yeah.
This will be Karsten's peel weight. Try and hit 3/4, 7/8 on the broom side and roll away. This is right around the line where I think the Sturmay team believes there's a shelf. So I think this will be interesting to see if there is a shelf there, if it stays on the outside of the shelf or if it comes off and starts to curl on it. Out turn, peel weight. That executed perfectly. That was right where he threw it, is right where it hit the rock. So blank end in the third, so we'll be playing the fourth end with Sturmay retaining hammer.
We're starting to get there.
Bottcher leading 6-0. Just jumping around to the other sheets here. Kleider up 2-1 on Milbert.
A semi-bowl until about the middle of the 12-foot.
Kalamaya is up 5-0 on Holsley.
But kind of if you're within the 8
Slichinsky and Park tied at 2. Robillard and Jones. Robillard is up 4-0 in that game. And then McEwen Lacer game. McEwen leads 3-0.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, because I know I was obviously heavy with my last one, but we still needed less ice.
Again, this end will be a repeat of last end for Team Bottcher. They'll continue to draw top button. No reason for them to be aggressive. They'll try to be as defensive as you possibly could be with the existing rules. So they'll try to come to the top button and then top 8 with their next one. Ben Hebert with the in-turn draw.
Okay, how much slower are we calling this thing? Yeah, 6? Okay. Okay. Make a good guard, Curdy. Close to this, don't. Yeah. Tight.
As I mentioned earlier, Team Bottcher.
Good.
Tight. Half tight.
Line's
Ranked. Seat here.
Half tight.
No, sorry, this isn't correct. Team Sturmay ranked 18th. That's what I was looking for. Team Sturmay ranked 18th in the
Nicely
world.
done, Kurt. Good
Obviously, to be 18th, ranked 18th in the world, very good team. Knocking at the door to get into the slams. They wouldn't be that far away. So I'm sure they'd like to collect some points this weekend, get them moved up in the rankings and get closer to getting into the Grand Slams. A good shot by Ben Hebert.
Close.
Halfway.
Bit of room.
Talking about rankings, Team
Line's
Bottcher
good.
currently ranked 2 in the world.
Even.
Lots of high-ranked teams in this event.
Shot, Curdy, boy.
And honestly,
Throw, Kurt.
Very good.
Just looking through the list of rankings of teams. You know, we got Team McEwen ranked number 15. We got Team
I saw
Cooley,
6 different there.
number 8 in the world. I mentioned Team Sturmay, 19th. Got Team Slichinsky is 14th right now. Team Casper out of Minnesota, young team out of Minnesota, ranked 21. We got Team Brunner from Switzerland, ranked 17th. And don't want to forget about Team Crothers at 13, and another Manitoba team, Team Denstone, they're currently ranked number 9 in the world. So very good field here in Penticton. Excellent event that's been run. I believe this is the 7th year. And without sponsors like Nufloors, wouldn't be able to hold an event like this. So
Actually, around
once
this
again,
one first.
thank you to Nufloors, who continues to sponsor this event. And also for this particular game, we also have Canadian Tire as a sponsor. So thank you to Canadian Tire in Penticton. So just back to the game, we have Team Sturmay has 2 corner guards up.
Line's good.
They're going to try now come down and freeze to one of the rocks that Bottcher has.
Line's good. Got to finish. Finish. Hard, Kurt. Hard, it's going there. Hard, hard, keep going. Hard.
Rock is finishing hard.
Hard, 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 hard.
And good sweeping by the front end. They did get a bite out of that. Bottcher's team going to try a thin double here. Brett Gallant probably try to hit about. They're going to try and hit about. That would be a really thin double, less than 1/8 of the rock. I think Brendan Bottcher would be happy just to get rid of one of these corner guards. Given the score, he doesn't have to be very aggressive on this. No, they're close to making the double. Just missed it. Great throw by Brett Gallant. It's one of those ones when you're calling that line, you don't want to call it so aggressive that you miss the rock. So Brendan's erring on the cautious side and making sure we make contact first, and if we make the double, great. But so they did get rid of one.
Okay, like 3 feet more away, guys.
If this was a tied game, I think you would have seen Brendan would have been more aggressive and really tried to go for that double.
I agree.
Line's a little tight. Line's good. Yep. Yes.
Out turn freeze.
Whoa. Yes. Yes. Hard.
Hard finish. They want to get it by that top
Hard.
red
Pull
one.
it off hard. Hard, hard, hard.
And they're not going to. Seems like a lot of the shots for Team Sturmay right now close, but they're just not quite making those fine shots right now.
Yeah.
The Bottcher team has to make a decision on what they want to do here.
Through.
There's more ice, but he was a little tight.
Mark Kennedy and
I guess
Bottcher are going to get together and
Little
figure
thing.
out what they want to play.
Chance to
Tough to tell, man. Like
We're there in the ice though. Just everything.
I threw less on in one. The first end, you can't tell anything.
I apologize too. We don't have mics on Brendan and Mark, so sort of have to go read lips and watch body language a bit, and just to try to figure out what they're doing. I think they're talking about playing either the double on the Blues.
Actually, I felt like my 3 this way went a lot harder than I thought. But
It seemed like
And that looks like what they're going to play.
within Thomas, we were able to sweep it kind of more. Before it's just been like it kind of like over curls and
I thought they were good.
Just reading the comments in the live chat, and thanks for the comments, Sherry and Dustin and Alex. I noticed that Alex talked about the ice must be hard to read to have these types of misses from players at this level. I think it is partially, I listen to Team Sturmay and they talk about the ledge and they're talking about the rocks. So I think in their minds right now they're not sure, is it the rocks or is it a ledge? But you're right. At this level, you typically don't see the number of misses that we've seen, especially from a team such as Sturmay, who's a good quality team. So I'm sure they'll bounce back. They'll figure it out. All these good teams go through games where sometimes they get a bit frustrated with what's happening, and I think as this game goes on, and if it's not this game, next game you'll see them bounce back and they'll play a lot.
No, it's too steep.
Firm weight, if you could hit and roll to like
It's very hard.
Great. Firm.
Sure. Yeah, that looks like a lot of ice to me, Kyle. Like that, we're asking that to curl a full rock.
8-5.
It's one thing I noticed too with the Sturmay team. There's a lot of conversations and second guessing of where Karsten puts the broom down and what the call is and which turn to throw. You typically don't see that in teams that are playing with lots of confidence. It's usually the skip puts the broom down, tells them to wait, and I'd say 95% of the time they believe in what the skip's called. I'm not seeing that right now. I'm seeing a lot of second guessing. And I haven't watched his team enough to know if that's typical for them or if it's just a one-off where they're just frustrated being down 6 on the scoreboard. But right now they're not all on the same page to where to put the broom down, what shot to call, what turn to throw.
Yep. Yeah.
So Mark Kennedy, they'll be playing the double here. This will be Mark's in turn. And you see they have a little bit of negative ice. Peel weight. Very close. Didn't quite get it out though.
Okay.
Still leaves an opportunity for Team Sturmay.
Kind of got to get 2 now.
Looks like Karsten wants to have a discussion with Kyle regarding this next shot. I'll be quiet and let you listen
Your
in.
best shot is probably a hair high.
Shots to hit and roll off our center.
And you hit and drop to a freeze and kind of punch the 5 back here. Unless you see anything better.
That's what I saw, yep.
Yeah, that's a good shot too.
Like you get under the 6, he's kind of got to play that. You can never play this into it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably the shot.
And if you get it dead under the 5, it's perfect because then you can play the double later, right?
I like control.
Yeah. I like this, Kyle. With control?
So,
Yeah. Control. I think that's good with control.
so Kyle Doring in the hack, throwing in-turn control weight. So a little hit and roll here.
Control up. Lean. Little hard. Yep. Little hard. Curl. Whoa, straight. Real close. Straight. Good shot, Kyle. Very good.
Pretty good shot. Has left them the blue double though. Rolled a little bit further than what they wanted to. So it does leave Brendan roughly a 3/4 rock double.
Overdid it up there with the curl.
It's a good shot. It's a good shot.
They're looking at playing the double off the one in the top 12. Or hit and roll over. I think they might be a bit worried about playing that blue through the hole between the 2 red ones, and if you hit it a bit too thick and you click off that red one, you're not going to make that double. So I think that's the concern that Bottcher has right now. As I mentioned earlier, we can't
Is weight the thing?
hear
Goddess, you think,
what
here? Like,
Brendan
what do
and
you,
Mark are saying, so we're
think the 8 rock.
Just gonna have to make some assumptions here.
Carson threw his 8 stone and 1 and 2 well enough to make those shots.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yep.
I think speed.
I see 2 shots open.
I think those are the 2 biggest ones. Other than that, we weren't that far off on most things.
Well, no, like both my runners in one, we didn't miss by much. Kyle's was speed. And we over-iced it.
I think really those are the only 2 shots. It's either
I think that's the other thing. Is like I thought we had,
rock, the blue rock through the hole, or the one they looked at before was hit the rock in the top 12, but in the top 12.
And like that's why I said what I said
just try to roll into the button and maybe move those rocks
don't mean to be
around a bit,
snippy with it, but it's not like, hey, all the rocks aren't fucked. The entire sheet isn't different. Like,
No. And then the shells are more prominent than they were when we played on the straight.
Yeah.
Right?
like we don't need to like rip apart the and go, oh, it's all. No, it's not. Like.
No, I agree with you, buddy. But we found.
That was a siege.
So they have stayed with that initial shot.
And they did nothing we do. In 1 week, bailing on my first
And
one.
from the angle I'm at, it's looking like
My shots were that bad.
roughly 3/4, just maybe a little bit less than that, 2/3 of a rock.
Yeah, mistake, really.
Yeah.
And then they made
That's the thing too that pulled us. Like,
They made a really good loop, and then my double PO didn't really change anything. Like it was the same if we left the blues there as if I planted it there.
Yeah.
So they're taking ice, middle of the rock, just outside middle of the rock.
Carsten missed
Out
the
turn.
draw.
no.
This will be full hit weight, PO weight for Brendan.
Yeah.
Actually, he's throwing a little bit less weight than I thought. It's very close, very close. Yeah, what a great shot.
Oh, good shot.
Great shot. Exactly what he called.
That's a.
Control the rock a lot more with less weight, so they decided on less weight and threw it perfect. They swept it perfect, called the line, and it was executed.
Just making the 2 on the right.
Yeah.
We should go where I throw it, hey?
It's gonna curl up about a little under a quarter stone. Curl up a little.
So Carson's going to throw the out turn hit here, make the double on those 2 reds. Sure, they'd like to make some shots to conclude this game, just to leave it with some bit of confidence to go into the next game. Both these teams are 2-0 right now, so this is a big game within Pool A. So Carson's team still, assuming that this game ends the way this with Bottcher winning it, they're still sitting in good position. 2-1. They just got to bounce back in their next game. And I'm sure they will. They'll learn from this and flush it a bit, and they'll come back next game strong. I don't think there's any team out here that hasn't had a game like Team Sturmay has right now throughout their career. There's always times where you think nothing's going right, and all it takes is one game or one end where all of a sudden you gain your confidence back and you start executing, start making a lot of shots, and then you get on a winning roll, and anything can happen. So I would anticipate that's what will happen with Sturmay. They'll come back next game really strong.
You know what? I think he's in the can.
But you also have to give credit to Team Bottcher. They missed very little in this game. They basically put the broom down and executed very well. Called line really well. There was very little they missed. And I guess being number 2 ranked in the world, you would expect that from them. You wouldn't expect them to be missing too many shots. Karsten Sturmay, in-turn hit and stick for 1. I'm anticipating that this, I could be wrong here, but this may be the last shot of the game. I think there's a bit of frustration set in with the team, and I think that they probably more than likely will concede after this, but I guess we'll wait and see.
Clean. Control up.
Clean. Clean.
Looks good.
Clean.
Nice control weight, hit and stick for one, and the gloves are coming off. That is the end of this game. So thank everybody for joining me today. Sorry you had to listen to me for the full game. As I mentioned earlier on, my partner wasn't able to make it, so it's a bit tough doing a telecast by yourself, but hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for joining us, and I hope you join in on some of the other games later on. Thanks.